welcome back. This is part 2 of the first episode of season 3 here in Dog Turds into Diamonds with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. If you haven't checked out part 1 of this episode, do have a look at it. It tells you all about what we've been doing during the summer in terms of players in, players out, and how we have got to this point preparing for the new season. So here we go. We are getting into this game against Stratford Town, newly promoted to the league. We are the reigning champions. We have got to really lay down a marker in this first game and really show the league what we are all about. I feel like we have really improved the squad no end. I think that really having this extra year in this division to continue building the squad, continue developing the team, I think we have an incredible side now that really would be challenging at the top end of the Vanarama Regionals. So I think that we should be absolutely blasting everybody out of the water in the English Southern League Premier Central Division. My aim for this season is just not even to mess about. I'm an angry man for this season. It is promotion or nothing. I want a 100-point season, and I want us to make sure we get the job done in the playoffs now. I cannot be hanging around in this league any longer. We have got a little bit bogged down, and we have now got to just get it done. No excuses. So the last episode, I was actually thinking about some of the names that have left the club in the summer. At the time, I just couldn't get them into my head. I was thinking, so Sam Warburton at left back has gone. Alex Collard, our captain in the first season, has gone. Waddington has gone from the midfield. Of course, the Shack attack. Shack Coolthirst has left us. We have had a pretty big clear out. Our Olsam, our sub goalkeeper from last year, has left. We Munaria, the winger, Ravi Shamsi, our other winger, we've let them all move on. We've really refreshed the team. We've got the spine from the last couple of years, or last season at least, with Jack Brown, Brown Sterling, Hazeman, James, Williams. But we have brought in some real significant additions. So it's now time to get on with this. This is, you've seen it in episode 1, but this is the team for this first game of the season. Blair in goal, making his debut. Williams and Clements, the fullbacks. Clements making his debut. Sawunmi and Honoriasi will make his debut today. Hazeman and King James, the captain, in midfield. Waltman makes his debut, the ex-Liverpool man, on the right wing. Jack Brown, Thomas Hughes and Demalio Brown Sterling up front. On the bench, we've got Jim Fenlon, Matt Richardson. Warner Ellie could come in for his debut, the sub left back. Liam O'Neill, Jamie O'Hara, the vice captain, 36 years old. Spencer could make his debut off the bench, as could Leo Gaxa. So a really exciting young team for this season. I think with this switch back to the system with wingers, the 4-2-3-1 system, I'm expecting it to give us even more control in terms of the possession. In terms of defensively, I think is going to help us be a little bit more solid by just having more control of the opposition's fullbacks and having 4 players in and around the centre backs. I think as well that we are going to probably score more goals. Last season we had kind of 90 goals spread between Brown, Sterling, Hughes and Jack Brown. I'm expecting something similar this season, but now of course spread between those 4 players, the 2 wide men, the attacking midfielder and the striker. So maybe we might not have a second player getting 30 goals like Thomas Hughes did last season. But I think in terms of those 4, we are going to see a huge amount of goals. So out we come here at Stratford's ground. Nobody there, very small crowd. We can't be worrying about that. We have just, as I said, we have got to be angry. We've got to be determined. We have got to cover all the little details and make sure we really blast these teams out of the water. You can see we've had more chances so far. This is the first highlight, and Brown Sterling with a 20-yard header over the bar. But we are dominating the possession. We are having all the chances. We've just got to start creating a little bit more. And now Jack Brown puts in a free kick, doesn't beat the first man. Hughes gets it back into Brown. Williams looking for Brown Sterling there, and he didn't really read it. He didn't go for it. The longer it goes 0-0, the more nervy you get. I would like us to get an early one and really get this season up and rolling. And there's King James just cleaning up, intercepting the ball, take possession off of them now. Jack Brown, can he now get a ball in? He can. And Demalio Brown Sterling heads wide. Great chance, great opportunity. We get into another highlight. We are absolutely dominating this newly promoted side, as you would expect. But we just haven't had the quality to make the breakthrough yet. And now they are in. Oh my goodness, that was close. Onoriesi absolutely done all ends up by the long ball. We might have got away with one there. I think that's their game plan, is defend deep, defend narrow, defend hard, and then just see if on the break they might get a chance. As Max Waltman, I thought he might be having a shot there, and now Brown Sterling off the post. We have wasted some very good opportunities. I thought Max Waltman could actually carry on towards goal and finish that there. Jack Brown dropping very deep for that throw there. Very strange to see him coming so back. And now Brown Sterling's isolated, but he is in and he's hit the other post. Unbelievable. King James sets him up and he's hit both posts. He's missed a couple of absolute sitters. Now I'm going to tell them that I'm happy. Let's have a look. So if we do outstretched arms, no, we're not going to be allowed the option that I want. So hands on hips. All right, so you've all done well so far. Keep going and make sure you get the win you deserve. Probably not the greatest reaction, but let's just get everybody properly hyped up now. We need Demalio Brown Sterling to put one of these chances away. He is, as we have spoken about many times, he is kind of limited technically. We've now got Leo Gaxa on the bench, and that's another wasted free kick lifted straight into the goalkeeper. And will they get a counter-attack here? We get it straight back in with Bailey Clements. Hughes, he's had a quiet game so far. Hopefully his desire to leave is not going to affect his season as he gets in. And Brown Sterling, and is that off another post? That cannot be that he's hit the post 3 times, surely. Let's demand more here. And I am going to make changes. We now are at the stage where I think we've got to change something, to just try and do something different. I think I'm going to bring Leo Gaxa on for Thomas Hughes. I think, so again, as the inside forward, he can definitely do that job. We're going to leave him in there. And then I think as well, I think we might bring off King James. And I'm going to give Morton Spencer a debut as well. So 2 more debuts here. Let's, all right, we'll leave him as the box-to-box midfielder. We'll see if he can give us a little bit of creativity. He's got great passing ability. And just in a 2-man midfield there, I am going to prefer him to Jamie O'Hara, I think, just for the extra legs. And we win it back again. I mean, we have been very, very solid at the back, apart from that one mistake in the first half. And they are now down to 10 men. Let's switch up to an attacking mentality here and really try and take advantage of this situation. Just encourage the players. but we are not creating enough. Or in terms of the stats, we certainly are, but in terms of highlights, we haven't really seen it. And that goes in, and it's another chance miss. Now, what shall we do here? So they're playing one man up front. Do I want to just risk this now and just go one central defender? Would that be absolutely crazy? Onoriase is pretty tired. And the only thing is I don't have another forward to put on the wing. If I want to put Leo Gaxa at forward, do you know what? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring Matt Richardson on just because Onoriase is getting very tired. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put Leo Gaxa as a forward here on the left-hand side. Do I want to put him as a poacher? I'm going to put him as a deep line forward. I think he's got more to offer than just a poacher. And let's see now if we can just wrap this game up. It is getting very close now. Last 10 minutes, we're going to be more creative. And we are going to play with a bit more width, just to try and stretch them a little bit more, distribute quickly. I'm going to keep playing out to those fullbacks because they're the players with the space, and I'm going to push right onto them. Let's go right up with a high line. This might be something that could backfire if they get a chance on the counter-attack, but I cannot believe we have not won this game. What a disappointing start if we can't get the 3 points here. Completely dominating against the newly promoted team. Now Clements, can he get a cross in? He can. And Brown Sterling is fouled, and it is a penalty, which Demalio Brown Sterling is going to take. He has missed a hatful today. But he doesn't miss this one, and we have got our 3 points, I think. Let's just, before we see the replay here, I'm just going to change things up, make sure we're time wasting. Just not take any risks at the end here. Let's just bring that line of engagement down a little bit. We've got what we need. No need for more. And apart from the fact that we've only scored a penalty, I'm actually really happy with the performance. We've completely dominated. We've controlled the game. We've missed an absolute hatful of chances. I mean, their goalkeeper has played a 7.3. We've had 30 shots at goal. A disappointing scoreline, but a very pleasing performance. And I mean, I said before, let's say, nice work, everybody. I said before that I wanted to lay down a marker. I feel like the performance has done that, even if the result hasn't. So Demalio Brown Sterling is going to have to convince everybody that he can be that same goal scorer that he has been the last 2 years. We've really got to put games like that to bed a lot quicker. You can see there, Lewis Turner, his exit from the squad is now confirmed. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send my assistant to the press conference, and we are going to come back in 3 days to face St. Neots. We're going to do a double header. So we'll leave it there right now, and I will see you guys back in 3 days' time to see if we can make it 6 points from 6. Well, here we are back again. We're ready for our next game against St. Neots, and just came up in our inbox that this is actually our 100th game in Football Management. So 100 games with AFC Rushden Diamonds. Hopefully we can mark it with the 3 points. And apart from that, the big news is that Kalen Hazeman has announced that he is now happy to stay with the club. He is transfer listed by request, but supposedly he's happy now. He understands that nobody's in for him. I think it doesn't allow me to take his transfer listing off, so that is still in his hands, but he is happy to stay at the club. So in terms of his morale, that is a very, very good thing for the team. Thomas Hughes here, you can see his morale is still pretty poor. So we've got to see how much that affects his performances. He didn't play well in the first game. If I want to play this 4-2-3-1, I do need him to perform. We've got Gaxa that can also play there, but there's nobody else in the squad that can fill that role. So I need Thomas Hughes to kind of get his head around the fact that he's staying here. Now, looking at the fitness levels, because it was only 3 days ago that we played, Max Waltman is a little bit under peak fitness. I'm gonna start him, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it as well. So we've got Leo Gaxa on the bench. He could come in there if we need him to. Apart from that, I'm going to stick with the exact same side. I'm not going to worry too much looking at their heart indicators here. There are a few light greens, but there's no one apart from Waltman who is actually really struggling. So I am going to play the same team. We'll see if that's a good move or not. St. Neots last season did kind of fight against relegation. They just survived. So hopefully that means that in our 100th game in management, we can come out on top fairly comfortably. I really do want us to see. I want to see if we can really now just have an emphatic win. There you go. This is a match we should be winning. I didn't go with my assistant. The players did not respond. They've kind of responded there though, and in general, the team looks pretty motivated. Just Max Waltman and a few of the defenders and Sam Blair in goal. The new players, basically. The new players are still kind of sussing me out. So I haven't got that motivational impact on them just yet. Hopefully with time, that will come. So, yeah, really good to have Max Hazeman committed to the cause, at least for this season. I did offer him a new contract. He wasn't interested. He feels that we can't match his ambitions. So as it stands, he may end up leaving on a free at the end of the season. But if we've got him happy for the majority of this year, that is going to be fantastic. As Jack Brown puts in Hughes, and Thomas Hughes is off and running this season. And hopefully that will do his confidence and his morale the world of good. 30 goals last season. And Jack Brown has got his first assist as well. Great start. And we are off and running at home. And you can see it is a big crowd. Hopefully we are going to set a new record for attendance this season, with people really coming to watch the top team in this division as they now come forward. And they're having a good little spell of possession here, which we could do with winning the ball back. It goes in, and with our huge centre backs, there's just really no point on. Ooh, a little stagger, a little stagger on the computer, and Hughes, it's on the line and cleared away. With our huge centre backs, playing long balls up to your striker is just not recommended. We are comfortable on the stats, but they do now get another highlight, which again, they just put the ball straight onto the heads of our centre backs, but they've got it back, and we need to pick things up a little bit here. We don't want to give too much of the ball away. We want to have control of this game. Bailey Clements, can he get a cross in from here? It's blocked, but only as far as Hazeman. He gets the cross in, and Jack Brown heads it over. So they haven't had a shot yet, but I mean, they have had 44% of the ball. Hopefully we can just be more dominant as things go on. As Hughes now gets a free kick. Was that off the post? Was that saved away? Another great effort, and Thomas Hughes is having a superb game here. He may want away, but he is playing very well today. And we get a second before half time. Like I said, I really want an emphatic win here. We performed really well against Stratford, but here against St. Neots, I would love to really hammer them and really make the rest of the league sit up and take notice and really worry about the firepower that we've got this season. But Waltman can't do anything with it there. They win it back. Another one straight onto the head of Sawunmi. He's an absolute giant, absolute monster of a man. Brown Sterling into Hughes, Waltman, and Max Waltman on his home debut is also off and running for the season. They just got a little toe in on Brown Sterling there. No, it was Hughes. Just a little toe in there, and then Waltman just had the whole goal to aim at. He only got 7 finishing, but he made no mistake there with that chance. Very nice. Really makes us comfortable now. And now, like I say, I want to see us really go on and hammer them, and we are going to do that unless that's offside. Yes, it is. I had a feeling. So it stays 2-0 at half-time, but a very good first half performance. Jack Brown and Sawunmi getting a little bit tired, as is Bailey Clements, with these 2 games in 4 days. We'll keep an eye on that in the second half. Let's go. Yeah, I think we can definitely find another gear. Do the players like it? No. Let's really get into this. And again, with Demalia Brown Sterling being without a goal in open play, that's a little bit concerning. Just the penalty in the last game and all those missed chances, of course. Would like to see him get a few to sort of really get into his rhythm as well. Onoriassi looking very good at the back, keeping Matty Richardson out of the team as it stands. And this is a good little spell of possession here, a good move out of defence, coming through midfield. Nice patient build up, and now King James gets Waltman in. Can he get a cross in for Brown Sterling? He can. And it's Thomas Hughes that touches it in. His second of the game, and that was a lovely spell of possession. I do prefer the control that this 4-2-3-1 gives us compared to the 4-3-1-2. Just having those players on the wing just gives a little bit more outlet for keeping possession. Jack Brown puts one in, and it's off the bar. Was that Brown Sterling again? Onoriassi gets it back in, and Hughes looking for his hat-trick. Let's praise the players, and we'll start thinking about changes, because Sawunmi is very tired, as is Jack Brown. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to bring off Sawunmi for Matty Richardson. Just make sure he knows he's still involved, he's still considered there. And Jay Williams and Bailey Clements also very, very tired. But for now, I'm going to bring off Jack Brown. Do I bring on Leo or do I bring on Morton Spencer again? I think I'm going to bring on Leo Gaxa. And I'm just going to swap him over. Do I swap him? Max Waltman is very tired. So he's going to go into the attacking midfield role, which is what I think is his best position. And we're just going to make Leo an inside forward as well. So we've got 2 inside forwards on. Just, again, trying to get lots of bodies in around their centre-backs. We'll just leave 1 substitute in reserve for the last half an hour. Just praise the players again, make sure they know we're happy. We've got another free kick. Can we get a 4th here as Hughes lines up for his hat-trick? Well wide. What a shame. That would have been a nice way to get your hat-trick. The last 10 minutes now. We've got some very tired players after these 2 games. We're just going to make one more change. For the last 10 minutes, Bailey Clements, who's been booked, is going to come off. And Luke Warner-Ellie, the ex-Peterborough sportsman, is going to get his league debut for us, his full debut. Chance to run out in front of the Rushden Diamonds fans. And second place Banbury leading St Ives there. And it looks like there's not going to be anything else to speak about in this game, but it is a good performance. We haven't had a shot on target. I think I'm right in saying in the first game we also didn't have a shot on target against us. So it's 2 games without even a shot on target in the favour of the opposition, which is very, very pleasing. I'm going to tell them I'm very pleased with that. Excellent win. The players are happy. Probably would have liked a couple more goals, but got to be pleased with that. And certainly with Thomas Hughes getting a brace and looking very, very good. That is pleasing. If he's not going to leave, we really want to see him on that kind of form. See, Kettering have drawn again. They are 3 draws out of their first 3 games. Banbury have won 2 and lost 1. So Needham Market right now are the only 100% team in the league apart from ourselves. So if we can now go away to Tamworth, who are going to be very tough again, always a good team in this division. If we can go away to Tamworth and win, then we are well set on our way for this season. A pleasing start. We leave St Neots rock bottom, and that will do for today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed our start to season 3. As I lose my voice again. Hope you've enjoyed the start to season 3. We've had a very good start. Things look pretty good right now. We will be back. That is actually a good idea to say when we will be back. I did say we would be back for the Kettering game. I think we're looking at Kettering there in October. I think we'll plan to come back for that, which is 6 league games between then and now. And we also have FA Cup. So depending how things go in the FA Cup, we may come back for that. If we get a big team from a higher division in the FA Cup qualifying, we may well come back to see how far we can go this season. Our board are asking for another 4th qualifying round. I would love to get to the first round proper, but obviously it all depends on the draw. So we will likely be back at some point for an FA Cup game, but we will definitely be covering this huge derby match against the biggest rivals that AFC Rushden and Diamonds have, Kettering Town. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed the episode, drop a like on it, and I will see you for the next episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds.